Howdy, folks, and welcome back to Revival, episode 19.
19. So when we last left our heroes, they were going to do a race, but Elias is being a bitch.
I'm not getting in the car. It's just not happening.
I did all that shit talking to people. And
not getting in the car.
I put myself at risk. How come you can't put yourself
Half
at risk?
of it is made of wood.
No, Elias, are you saying that my craftsmanship isn't spectacular?
Yes.
Okay, I'll agree with you on that point.
Oh, well, no amount of spectacular craftsmanship's going to get us through this race.
So why don't you describe to me then, what does your spectacular craftsmanship actually look like here?
All right, so what I've transformed the car into is think an old-timey medicine show. You know, it's got the giant wheels. Doesn't have those. It has normal car wheels because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Okay.
The base is the white truck from before with those wide berth and hips.
Please stop referring to it
But
like
it's got
that. Could you just do that for me?
Please stop.
On the hood of the car, it's got like a little overhang. It's got like a dark wooden frame goes above the cab, back across the truck bed. And on the back of it, it's got kind of like a wooden box. And on that box, it has Dr. Patton's, and then it's kind of like it's got like a name on there. It's all scribbled out. I didn't have much, I spent too much time working on the car, not enough time on the name. So I have like, if you look real close, you can say like, Runabout Rover, which is a terrible name. Instead, I just kind of scribbled over it, Holy Roller, question mark.
The question mark is in there.
It's in red ink. Inside, there's, it's kind of roomy. At the closest, there's like an open. I took out the window, like the back. I don't know. Was it a cab window?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it? Like behind the seats, there's like a window.
Yeah.
I knocked that fucker out, so there's just access to the back. You've got the big metal toolbox back there. It's full of all sorts of goodies and gadgets. On the right side, it's full of bottles, and then on the left side and the back, and this is important. The left side, it's got a little. You can knock out the side, and it turns into a little shelf. So that if you're out there, you're driving around, you can deal out your potions and whatnot, and you could also probably stand on it.
If you screw up any of your truck terminology, don't worry. One of our viewers who owns a truck will be glad to correct you once they get out of prison for one of their many DUIs.
And then the back's got two double doors that you can dramatically kick open if needed. But
all right,
it's got a whole bunch of fun
stuff.
stuff.
Do they not open unless you kick them?
Obviously.
They only open from the inside. That was a design flaw. That was my mistake. If you want to get in the back, you're going to have to crawl in through the cab window or like kick out the left side shelf and just kind of scramble over it.
All right, so at the start, I was like standing right by John with the car at the start of just looking over this thing. And as I found out more about it, I've started inching closer and closer to Elias. I'm a little reluctant about this.
Yeah, I'm not getting in the car. No. How many people do we need for this race?
Dr. Rollo's gonna walk back in through through that shutter door into the garage, look at the car. You're gonna see, like, that bit that they do, like in anime, where the character's pupils just disappear? Like, they get those dead fish eyes. Just looks at that thing, looks over at Patton. You did good, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I've shoved so many little gizmos and gadgets.
No, I helped you out with this until we got to the aesthetic part, and then you said, leave it to me.
Isn't it great? Watch this shelf. I was gonna reach in there and pull it down. Look at that.
Good.
I'm sure we'll find a use for
it. Yes. Well, Doctor, I believe it was Robo, something along those lines.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. How many actual participants need to be aboard the
registered
vehicle?
for?
Is there sort of ID checks for this thing? Do they know what we look like?
Lars, you ain't getting out of it.
No.
Actually, John, I'm not getting into it.
No, but you see, they kind of do the bets based on how many people are in the crew and what the vehicle is, right?
But
so if
crew
there's
numbers
more
is
or
one
less...
Thing, do they know who the crew is?
Zep, get in my shadow now.
Unfortunately, yes, because none of you fit in here.
That's quite a problem. Out of character, is it possible for Specky to make a rock-based crash test dummy version of Elias to sit in the back?
Okay, hold on a second. Are you implying that, like, I'm in the front seat driving, and sitting next to me is, like, the top half of, like, a stone Elias, so, like, I can take the fucking, oh god, what is it, where you have two people and you drive to work?
Yeah, the
specific lanes for it in
like
traffic?
the carpool, like one of those
like a
inflatable
carpool
carpool
dummy.
workmates.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there, like, a carpool lane on this track?
No,
So,
I'm just saying I want to make a fake
is
stone
that something
version of
Specky
me.
can do? No,
So I don't have to get in
because
there.
Specky doesn't have the raw materials, and Specky also is not a fucking sculptor.
There's a lot of dirt around here, and these people don't seem too smart. I don't think they'll be able to tell.
You could try and make one, like yourself.
Well, I mean, we could take like a huge melon and have that for the head, and just like take your jacket. No,
This
this
is not
a
going to
terrible
work,
idea.
is it?
No, probably
I mean,
not.
even if we made some fantastic dummy, at the end of the race, when we obviously win, they'd be like, all right, let's congratulate him. And then we open the door, and then a melon rolls out and, like, breaks on the ground. Your jacket falls on top of it. I mean, the jig will be up at that point.
Maybe that's just how elves work.
Maybe you got polymorph.
The only other elf
Because-
in the race is actually doing it.
You see, the thing is, based on the look on Dr. Robo's face and everything, having Elias not in the car would raise your guys' odds of winning according to these bets.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait, would Elias know that?
No.
Fuck. That would actually piss me off.
He probably would. You know what? Yeah, I mean, you could ask or whatever, but hey, here are the people who are going to be in this car. I'm going to bet on them. They are a weird person in a weird mask, an orc cowboy, that weird guy who went around yelling about how cool he was, and an elf in a business suit. It doesn't exactly inspire confidence. The more, and you'll excuse my phrasing here, the more, and I quote, weak-ass looking members of the team that are not in the car, the better the odds they think you would have.
So would that would make you have less money, right? For your
Right.
bet?
However,
Specky, get my toolkit.
I had a little bit of faith in you guys, because clearly he isn't useless. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to walk around with whatever that horrible abomination thing is on his shoulder. That thing looks heavy.
What's he doing over there?
Oh,
What-
Specky's getting my toolkit.
What is your toolkit?
Oh, you're about this now. All right.
No, what is his
The
toolkit?
wrenches have very large and prominent
Well,
numbers.
it's one of the. It's like my backpack that I carry around. It's got all my examination tools and basic.
Oh, that's
survival
not
stuff in
terrifying
it.
at all.
You know, rope, rock hammers. You know, that kind of thing.
Scalpels.
Yeah, scalpels.
It looks like a 50-50.
Lamp oil,
Bag of
rope,
ice.
bombs.
Elias pulls out a fucking knife.
You know, it looks like a bit of a 50-50 toss-up between the sort of things a serial killer would carry and a biologist.
A lot of those have crossover.
They do.
You know, there's suture kits, things like that. But there's also, you know, magical examination tools. The reference books I'm going to put on the table because I'm not going to need them. Unless I'm going to, like, bean somebody with them.
Specky is going to waddle off and come back in a little bit, and he's going to be noticeably bigger. And
Well,
his back is going to open up, and in his chest cavity is your bag.
Yeah, I'll take the bag out and pat Specky on the head. And then I'm going to scramble inside the car.
I'll follow
This
him.
is bullshit. Number one, it's not a business
All right, who
suit.
wants
It's
shotgun?
adventurer's gear.
I call shotgun.
Number two,
That's terrible.
I punched a angel demon thing in the face, okay?
Yeah, but you dress like a little weak baby man.
It's an adventurer's.
All right, the big green guy wants shotgun. I'm not gonna.
Well, he
complain.
has a shotgun.
Well, he does have a shotgun. I'm just gonna get in the back.
Yeah, me and Jerry
I'm
will
actually
get
gonna
the
chill
back.
like in the back cabin here.
Good.
Yeah. So remember, in the back cabin, there's a whole bunch of bottles, some filled, some empty, along the right side, and then it's got that window that can withhold maybe at maximum John's weight. I don't think it can hold much more than that before snapping and dropping you to your death on the racetrack.
And the entire back is covered in wood, right?
The back is. It's kind of like a U-Haul style.
Yeah,
like
I
a
know.
little bit above, and then yeah.
I'm gonna carefully examine each bottle that I come across and just kind of give that yeah, I know what this does. Yeah, I have no idea what these do.
So, before I actually get in the car, though, I want to have Becky switch to backpack mode in front of Dr. Robo.
So Specky is going to jump on you, dig underneath your blazer a little bit, jab, and just poke his head out underneath, just out from under the blazer. And is going to turn its head 180 degrees while still having its body placed firmly forward, look straight at Dr. Robo, and open its mouth and just say, "Bark." She then walks over to a corner and sits down.
Yeah, because I'm going to have the tendrils extend across, hooking up for extra mana absorption and, all that good stuff.
Right.
All right,
and the
let's...
head just turns back. All right, so you guys all pile into your car. The garage door is open. You turn on the ignition. Makes a nice rumble. The engine is pretty good in this thing. As you pull forward, you see a couple of gnolls and one orc in the same, guard gear that you saw when you came in, flag you guys down to follow them, and they start leading you over towards the track.
Question:
Yeah.
Could I use magic to broadcast some thrash metal in the car?
You could just use a radio, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
It has a radio.
But do we know there? Okay, let's try and find a thrash metal station to play while we're doing this race.
It's all of them. No, yeah, it goes hard rock, thrash metal, yodeling, hard rock, thrash metal.
All right, so we're gonna turn it to thrash metal.
What's this Nightcore station?
Oh,
Shut
God,
up.
no.
Shut up.
Lo-fi hip-hop, study while you sleep.
Slowed down, pitch corrected Nightcore.
Otherwise
So,
known as music.
So we turn it to the thrash metal station, and I assume we're hearing the beginning of
Yes. You're getting
an album that they're just
you're
gonna play
getting
straight through.
Yeah, you're getting the build up. So you guys start pulling up. You guys pull up into the lineup. You're in the very back. As you then see, and it's getting to be very dark. The it's getting into the evening here, right? It looks like if things go as planned, you guys would be driving primarily at night, which seems like a terrible idea, which seems to be why they're doing it. You guys see Rockerprick up on his big old throne.
I feel like the pronunciation of that changes every damn time.
Oh, no, it
Yes.
definitely did.
It changes when he says it every time.
Maybe he just has a speech impediment and everyone's making fun of him, and now I feel
That's
bad.
a distinct possibility.
He's actually just trying to say Jack, but everyone's like, oh, his name's Rakapra. That's a really cool name. And he's just, no, guys, my name is Jack, but he can't actually talk.
He's all jacked up.
I've now built a very sympathetic backstory for this person.
I don't want to win this race anymore.
All right, so you guys are in the back of the lineup. You can see up on the up next to him, there's a big, one of those kind of cheap jumbotrons, that they use at baseball stadiums and stuff.
Yeah.
That's got all of the names listed And you can see you guys are listed as Holy Roller ? They keep the question mark in there. You can then also see, I'll describe their cars as you see the names show up on the Jumbotron there. As you guys see the names show up on the Jumbotron there, I'll just describe what the cars look like. Immediately to your right, as you see the name Dune Crawler show up, you guys see your good buddies, the Desert Gear decked out goblins in their dune buggy with all the grappling hooks. They look at you, give you like a nod, but like a ha-ha, like, we're gonna do it, but they seem scared of you. They rev a little bit. Then, immediately in front of you guys, you see the name Enforcer show up, and it is that beat-up, rusted-out truck. You can see, when their name comes up, the orc in the back who's just wearing some jeans, no shirt, got a bit of a beer belly, just stands up, starts, gesturing to the crowd, like, makes some noise. Nobody really does. The Minotaur at the front is foaming at the mouth slightly. He looks pissed, and he just starts revving the truck. And then to their right, next up in line, you see Death Trap. And this is a classic styled hot rod with all of the doors taken out, and you can see as their name comes up, a couple of small flamethrowers come out of the front and side of the car and spray off a little bit of a show of force as the gnolls within it all lean out and start waving over at the crowds. And there's also one sitting on a chair on the back that is just facing you guys. It's an external chair, and it has no seatbelt or anything. He's just there.
Damn, wish I thought of that.
No external chairs.
In front of them and to their left, you guys see the name Grenade Bike show up, and true to the name,
Grenade Bike.
It is just a kind of crappy, beat-up looking motorcycle with a sidecar. You see two goblins in those little, like British punk rock, pith helmets?
Yeah.
Little spikes. And one of them is just sitting in the sidecar, and he just has Molotov cocktails, dynamite, grenades, and he is just sitting in a bathtub full of explosives, basically.
I'm gonna shoot a look back over to Dune Crawler. Just kind of nod at them to make sure they understand what to do.
They nod back excessively. Then over to their right, you guys see Delta Squad show up as the commander wearing his captain's military gear. The ill-fitting army surplus stuff comes out of the sunroof. The sunroof has been modified slightly into a gun turret that is just a grappling hook, from what you can tell. He stands, turns to the crowd, salutes, turns forward, pulls out a rusty saber, and points forward as you hear the car start to rev up. And then in front of all of that, you see the black rally car, and you just see Highway Star. And the crowd goes silent for a little bit. Nobody's saying anything. He turns it on, flashes the lights a little bit, sticks his hand out, and the crowd flips their shit. He's clearly the crowd favorite. However, at seeing this, you guys notice that Rekrick stands up, just glares over at the crowd, and people die down. And he's snarling and shouting something, but you're too far away to hear it.
I think that's just how he normally acts.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just how he talks.
So, You then see Rakrapur hold up his hand, put out 3 fingers, 2, 1, go back up to 2, and then slam his foot on the pedal, setting out a gust of fire. And that's a starting line. And roll me some initiative.
All right. Let's get this fucking going.
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
So, the way that this works is...
I gotta get a better rolling
The way
spot.
this is going to work is I'm experimenting here. So,
Alright.
the DMG and a lot of these supplementary things are like, hey, they kind of read like Cosmo articles. Where they're like, spice up your
How
skills.
best to please your DM?
No, it's like spice up your skills challenges with these, wonderful, great ideas. And they sound just
Blow
like
his
terrible.
mind and his game.
Jesus Christ.
They really do.
What's that fucking Cosmo article? 6 ways to like blow his mind and shatter his penis. You know what I'm talking about?
You made a terrible
You
mistake.
picked a very poor choice of words to describe this. Alright, so I'm gonna get a glazed donut out.
Yo, give me a
Sugar-free.
grapefruit. Give me the grapefruit.
Oh no.
Anyway, I rolled a 19 in total on initiative.
I rolled
Grapefruit
10.
plays.
Now, since we're all in the same car, do we all roll, like, is our initiative just one group? Or is it,
No,
like,
so-
still individual?
Let me explain as I get your guys' little things up here on the map. And hold on, I probably should have done this beforehand, but yeah, I'll just give you controls of these.
Yeah, I hope the listeners will forgive the mouse clickety clacks in here.
Well, I mean, you could just cut this little bit out. You can just cut this
It'll
little
be
bit out.
7 years if I edit out every single clickety clack across 6 things during combat and all that.
Right, right.
Here's a Cosmo headline.
Don't do
Why
that.
you should be a jealous bitch and 6 other relationship secrets.
Okay.
That's not real.
Wanna fucking bet?
Fuck, it is, isn't it?
But yeah, like the Cosmo articles, the DMG and supplementary rules things, like the supplementary books that was just put out, give you some ideas to spice up your games, and most of them sound like terrible ideas. But I've been wanting to do like a hybrid skill challenge combat sort of thing, and there are more like concrete and complex rules for how like the DCs and challenge ratings and stuff are supposed to go for skill challenges. You can do them more simple, but for this one, I'm going to experiment with doing new stuff. So the way this is going to work is this is a skill challenge and combat at the same time.
Wowzers.
Right. Basically, just think of it like you're playing through an action movie scene. Your goal here is to complete the skill challenge, and you can do that, and you can help out by also using combat. So, basically, each one of these guys that isn't your allies are going to be doing things to try and take you out. They're going to be making attacks against you guys, things like that, right? And then on your turns, you can choose to either just go for straight attacks or to fulfill the skill challenge. And so basically, however, doing one of the skill challenge things, like if you do really well, you might be able to slow down your attackers or prevent an attack on the next round of combat, right? But you're not going to, outright eliminate them necessarily. Meaning, it's going to be a balance between using combat to slow down your attackers and using skills challenges to actually gain ground. Right?
Okay.
So can we like fail out of the skill challenge and just lose the race and die?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So it's not like dependent on combat then.
No, so if you guys fail the skill challenge, then that'll lead to some other stuff as well. Like,
Question. I assume this is non-lethal, right? Everything here is supposedly non-lethal?
right. Yes, you aren't supposed to just outright kill people.
I'm gonna go ahead and question how the fuck grenade bike is supposed to function.
There are literally flamethrowers on one of these cars.
Look, they're a bunch of dumb goblins. They probably just think that they're going to blow themselves up before they get a chance to hurt anybody else.
That's reasonable.
I'm starting to regret my excessive use of wood in the construction of this
You
vehicle.
see the flamethrower, the grappling hooks, the Molotov cocktails. You probably shouldn't have used flammable materials when going into a demolition derby.
Why did sheet metal
It's
not
not
occur
that
to you?
flammable. It's all about aesthetics, Elias. You wouldn't understand.
Ooh.
I'm wearing a suit.
All right, so, can you give me your initiatives there?
Yeah, I got 10.
9.
Mine was 19.
So
Yeah, I got
9,
11.
11. What did Patton get there?
19.
19, and what did Elias get?
10.
10. Okay, so standard skill challenge house rules apply. This is going to be, it's going to be 8 successes, right? Or 4 failures, mixing things up. Also, you can, let me just pull up these rules here real quick. Yeah, so there's also things for variable DCs here. If you guys want to go for hard shit, you can go for hard shit and it'll count for bonuses, right?
Alright.
If you want to do something crazy,
What we're attempting is hard or not.
yes, you've got your normal DC and then you got your hard DC. But if you clear that hard DC, you're gonna get some bonuses.
As far as like mechanics go, does attempting to fulfill the skills challenge take a full turn? Or is
Yes.
it just a standard action?
Full turn.
Okay, so I can't attempt to fulfill the skills challenge and then minor.
No. So
Okay.
basically, just think of it. It's going to be more fluid, right?
Okay.
Like combat and stuff will happen fluidly. It'll work once we get into it, I think.
I assume we can like do a skill challenge at action point, and then like if we succeed on the skill challenge, can we action
Yeah,
point?
sure.
and
If
then
you want
do
to, yeah,
push it?
sure. That sounds cool.
Okay.
Like
All right.
that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Like again, these are things that are not necessarily in the rules as written, but I'm gonna follow.
But it's fun.
I'm gonna follow Wizards Cosmo advice and just go for it.
I got my donut ready.
I got the grapefruit.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first up, as everything revs into action, the you see the fires come off from Verkabruch's throne there, signaling the start, and everybody starts jettisoning into action. Patton, what are you doing?
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and slam my foot down in this car. I'm going to get this shit going. I'm going to get it rolling.
Okay.
All right. And, okay, we are in the far back, right? We're not...
Yes.
Everyone's in front of us.
Yeah,
except,
I'm going to start...
Grenade bike.
In between turns, I'll start moving people forward, right?
Patton in the corner here.
Yeah. You put yourselves in the corner, and then we'll just assume that you are all in that bike, or you're all in the
For
bike.
now.
Nobody puts Patton in the corner.
So, yeah. All right. Once you guys have filled that out and we've got the screenshot, I'll go back into explaining things. You can cut the these little setup bits.
Elias, get out of the car.
I'll be using one of my D8s to count your guys' successes and this D4 to count your failures. All right. So, in terms of mechanics, for all intents and purposes, that old-timey medicine wagon there is going to be your guys' collective unit. Anything that thing is adjacent to, you are considered adjacent to for the purposes of your actions.
Until one of us leaves the
Gotcha.
car.
Yes, until one or more of you leaves the car.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh man.
Okay,
Oh,
so
man.
as everything roars to life, you see people surge forward. Highway Star blazes forward. That thing is fast as shit. And your Dune Crawler is getting right up on the hot rod there. Benton, what are you doing?
All right. So I'm going to, as we're coming up from behind, I'm going to go ahead and use perception to look for an opening to try and swoosh right in there.
Okay, like get right
Preferably
in the
not
middle.
next to on the inside of the track, so that we're not going past the flamethrowers on Enforcer.
But instead passing grenade bike.
I got a 27.
Alrighty then. So on a 27, you are going to spring into action, and you are going to see, like, the world kind of goes black around you, as then you get some pure, like, heat mapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you just get raw outlines. Yeah, you get raw outlines of all of these vehicles, right? Like, through the dust clouds that are getting kicked up, because this is on a dirt track. And as these guys are moving forward, you notice an opening. Death Trap is being followed by Dune Crawler on the outside line, and Enforcer is coming hot on their heels to try and cut them off. And then you manage to just swoop right in. And did you want to be adjacent or not?
Let's be adjacent.
All right.
Question: Does
Patton's the only one who has input here.
I'm
He's the
yelling
one
from the
driving.
back? Drive us close to
Yeah.
them.
Okay. So this is starting
I
to
want to hit them with my club.
This is turning into a bit of a pile up as Highway Star is pulling out ahead. Next up, John. That is one success for you guys.
All right. So how does fighting work here?
Okay. So currently you are adjacent to Enforcer. There are two people in that truck. There's the orc good old boy in the back who's got a big old car bumper, which seems to be their front bumper that they never put back on, that he is swinging around while yelling. He's getting covered in dirt. And then there is the driver, the large, probably has rabies Minotaur, who seems intent now on running Dune Crawler off the road. So, what you can do is, if you would like to make an attack on either of them, you just make your attacks as normal. These guys do have health and things like that, right? But for the most part, if you manage to take somebody down, they're not going to be attacking back at you. Because right now, you're probably going to get attacked back at.
And we are adjacent to Enforcer and Grenade Bike, correct?
Yes, on the diagonal.
Yeah, I definitely want to get Enforcer off Dune Crawler.
Okay. So you can just straight up attack them, you can attack the car, like whatever. It's up to you.
What
All of
happens
those
if
things-
the car is bloodied?
If the car okay, if you manage to disable the car, then it's going to slow it down or take it out entirely.
All right.
Hey, don't worry about the cars this turn.
You know, as we're driving past, I want to kind of kick the door open, hold it up with my foot, stick shotgun out there, and shoot at the orc.
Okay.
Which is at the orc, not at the wheels.
Yeah, no, he's just going for
Don't
it.
worry.
I
Elias,
assumed
don't
the
worry.
wheels were like not, I don't know, inflated.
I mean, they probably aren't all the way. But yeah, okay, go for it. What are you using there? You use any of your skills
Go
and stuff.
Ardent Strike,
Okay.
and I crit.
Holy
20.
shit.
Here we go.
Okay, so
John does it again.
okay, so max damage. So that's what is that, like a D12 plus 5 damage? Is your battle axe a high crit weapon? Or
Hell
no?
yeah.
Oh god.
No.
Yes it is.
Better be. It was last time I looked.
It's a high crit weapon. Okay, so that's going to do D12 plus 5 flat, right? So the way
Plus
we have
7, right?
Oh yes, because of your thing. Okay.
I have the thing.
So what is your max damage on that roll? Right? 19?
Yeah, 19.
Okay, so
Plus I roll-
19. Then you roll an
1d6.
additional D12 plus a D6 for your crit, I think, right?
Wait, it's just 1d6, right?
No, because it's a high crit weapon. Okay, so since this is the first time you've actually crit with this, I think you have a
Or at
high
least in a
crit-
long while.
Yeah, you have
Last
a high
time he
crit
deleted
weapon.
a fish.
So a crit deals an additional extra weapon damage when it crits, like a high crit weapon. So
Okay.
your battle crazed weapon there says critical plus 1d6, but because it has that high crit property, it does a d12 plus a d6 extra.
Okay, well, I'll roll those then.
Yeah.
Come on, give me 2 ones.
I got 2 2s.
Okay, so what did you get all together there?
Damn it.
23.
23? Alrighty.
Really fucked that roll up.
Yeah, but I mean, you also fucked him up.
Yeah, that's a crit, dude.
And he's that
was
guy
the
is marked, right? With your divine
yeah.
sanction.
And I shout out there, nice bumper.
Okay. That's a good callback because this guy, so he takes that whole thing to his side. He was swinging it down towards Dunecrawler, but the force of the blast is going to make him rotate. He turns back at you, right? And he's going to try and take that door off and you along with it. So, this is going to be...
All right, do I do anything else?
Oh, yes, actually. Sorry. My bad. What else? Did you have anything else that you're going to do?
I'm going to realize I just pissed off another orc with a massive fender,
Yes.
bumper, and I'm going to say a quick prayer. That's virtue.
Okay, good. Sorry, I jumped the gun on that a little bit. So, that it for you?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So, this guy is going to swing back around, right? And is going to try and take off that door and you with it. So, this is going to be... does a 21 hit your fortitude?
Probably.
All right. So, he's going to just chuck that thing, like swing it right at you, catch you in the side, right? Like, the door takes a lot of the brunt of the hit, but that is going to be... Oh, this is actually no damage, but it is going to knock you prone. Make a saving throw for me.
Oh no, I don't want John to fall out of the car.
Okay, you got a 9. So, what is going to happen is, John lands a beautiful blast round on this guy. He swings back around, takes his legs out from under him, and John is now holding on to the door with his legs dragging behind him through the dirt. And the door is not looking looking much better for wear either. As you then see...
it's just fucking dented in.
Yeah. As you then see the driver of Enforcer turn, look at him, get a big old smile, and turn to swerve into you guys to, like, knock Sean loose. So, next up,
Who is the
Elias.
driver of Enforcer?
A frothing mouth, shirtless Minotaur.
All right.
No shirts allowed on Enforcer.
Yes.
Oh, really?
What is Elias doing?
Does the top of this thing open? Like, does the roof of our thing open? Is there roof access?
Yeah, you can just crawl out through the...
What I'm saying is, can I make it look not as dumb as crawling out the side? I'm asking Patton if the roof opened.
No, you can kick out the side thing and then just pull yourself up. Okay. Just go out, stand on the shelf, and just hop right up on top.
First...
The back panel has 2 little sliding doors that you can kick out.
I'm going to kick out the 2 panels. From the interior, I guess you could see a suit jacket and tie neatly folded and sitting on one of the workbenches there. I'm going to kick that out, grab the side of the car, swing, flip up on top of our car. I am not wearing a shirt anymore. Specky is wrapped on my back, tendrils latched onto my arms, and I am going to jump onto Enforcer.
Nice.
Because apparently they don't allow shirts. So
okay, so are you trying to take them out, or are you trying to do some cool shit?
Well, this isn't going to be an attack. I'm just going to try and jump onto the cab. Probably like swing in and kick the Minotaur in the face. Okay.
What is that?
I assume they don't have windows.
No, they do not. They can't afford those.
Yeah, so this is I'm going to do acrobatics for this.
Okay. So, I'll just start moving people down as well as the turn keeps going. You guys are locked in a grind with Enforcer here.
Yeah, so I'm going to give the crowd a quick look though before not like playing it up to the crowd, but just like a scowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They look confused.
At this point, by the way, not to inject my own get buff into it, but Elias has been working out and is in good shape. So,
yeah.
When you're drawing sweet fan art of this, just assume Elias.
You do realize that the easiest way to not get sweet fan art is to ask for sweet fan art,
is
right?
to say, hey guys, please draw me cool fan art. I'm just saying.